Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be very exciting. It's a video that I look forward to watching across all platforms and all creators, beauty creators, every year, and that is my 2024 beauty favorites. So we're gonna start with makeup, move into skincare, body care, those kind of things at the end, just so you know where to jump around if needed to. We'll be doing chronological order, so starting from primers, ending on lip products. So really excited to share some things that I love. It will be a mix of things that are new from this year and things that I've just enjoyed throughout the year. So they may not necessarily have come out in 2024, but they're products that were new to me or that I really loved this particular past 365 days and got a lot of use out of and want to just spread the love so that you guys can try them out yourself. So we're going to go ahead and get started with primers. I did my best to keep each category pretty small, and you'll see some categories I don't have things. So I really wanted to focus on products I really truly used and loved for the past year. And for primers, I had two products. You've seen them in plenty of videos that I posted, but one is drugstore, which is going to be the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. This is a fantastic dupe for the Milk Hydro Grip. I actually kind of prefer this one even more. I use this on my wedding day. I use this in the summer, the winter, you name it, and it's great. I mean, it doesn't break me out. It allows product to really stick and be a little bit more long lasting. Yeah, I really have no bad things to say about this. I think it's a great product. One thing that I also really love, and this is more of a wintertime product, fall, winter, and that is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. This is just a little mini size. You can tell I'm almost gone. This actually layers well with the e.l.f. primer as well, but this is a very nourishing, and it's kind of in between what I would say is primer and skincare, but I do use it on top of skincare as a primer if I'm having a particularly dry skin day. So I like to use this kind of around my mouth and on my forehead. Those are areas where I get dry, and it just allows product to lay more smooth without seeing, you know, little flakes of dryness. It also smells great. So yeah, it has that vitamin C citrusy smell. It goes on nice and easy, and it pairs well with pretty much every foundation I've ever used. So this is a great product. You can even use these together and they make a great effect. Moving into face products, my favorite foundation, I only have one of the year, despite trying a variety, but truly my favorite foundation was the Haus Labs foundation. So this is the Triclone Skin Tech foundation. I have this in a lighter shade and a darker shade so that I can wear it regardless of how pale or tan I am. So I've worn this through summer, through winter, fall, pretty much all the seasons at this point, and it has to be one of the best foundations I've ever used. I previously used to love the Kaja Aqua, but it's just harder to find and it's gotten so expensive. They really just keep raising the price on that one, and I feel like this has similar aspects to it, but is more available and less expensive. It has kind of that skincare effect and that radiant glowy finish that you'd look for, but this one in particular has much more pigment and color payoff than the Kaja Aqua, so you can get that light to medium to, I would even say, buildable coverage, and if you pair it with a more full coverage concealer, you can really get those glam looks with it. So it's very versatile. It mixes well with lots of other foundations. Again, I'm going to be bringing this up a lot because my wedding was a big event for me. I utilized this with a NARS foundation that amped up the coverage, and it lasted all day and night. So I love this. Highly recommend. If you haven't tried it already, give it a go. I don't have a concealer to talk about, but I do have a concealer brush, which is new for me. I don't usually talk about tools, but I did pick up this Hourglass concealer brush. I've used the foundation brush too, but this brush really stood out to me this year. It's very versatile. I really like it for when I'm doing eye first makeup, and then I can go in with my concealer and blend without disturbing my eye makeup. I feel like it's really great for pot concealers, so if you use the NARS pot concealer, or my personal preference are the Kevyn Aucoin concealer pots. They're very, very full coverage. You just need a little bit and it goes a very long way. And I find that these are, this brush in particular is fantastic at blending it out, but leaving the coverage where you need it. So I use this to set my eyes. I use it to blend concealer. I think it's just a very versatile brush, even just touch-ups with concealer, foundation, even powders. I love this brush. It was a good find and something that I use regularly in my routine this past year. Further into the face trend, I want to talk about contour and bronzing products. So while there may be a few honorable mentions, I really just want to talk about the ones that I loved and used consistently. For contour, and really it could be used as, they have bronzers too, I just haven't tried them, but for contour, I'm a huge fan of the Milk Makeup contour sticks. This particular one is in Stoked. I'm able to pull it off year round, this color. Yes, I should probably get a lighter one for, you know, my palest in the winter time. Excuse my dog if that comes up. But it really blends so easily. I love how compact it is. So if you're traveling anywhere, you can chuck it in your makeup bag and it's not taking up a lot of room. It has great color payoff, but it's easily blendable. So I think that anybody with any skill level could utilize this, and it creates great shadow along the face. I have tons of videos where I've used this in. I'm sure some will pop up for you to check out, but this is a really great product. Oftentimes, if we move to the bronzer front, I have been a fan of this for years, but I really dove back into it this past year, and that's the Tom Ford, the shade and Illuminate palette. I guess it'd just be like the bronzer, not necessarily the palette, because I don't really use this, but you can see I'm a huge fan. I've hit pan on it, so I love Shade and Illuminate. I think it works great as a bronzer paired with the Milk Makeup contour stick. I think you can use it if you want like a lighter makeup day. You can use bronzer in here and it kind of doubles as bronze and sculpting based on where your placement is. I think it blends so easily. It's just like a luxurious product. It feels good on the skin. It lasts a long time, and the packaging is fantastic. So if you haven't already tried this tends to be a cult classic. I would highly recommend going out and giving this a go. It's definitely, in my opinion, worth the money, and I've had this for, I don't know, 3 years at least. Definitely past expiration, but it stays good. At least I think it does, and it lasts a long time. So I'm gonna go in and finish off my bronzers, the creams. I like to follow up with a powder. So to round out our bronzing category, I do want to talk about the Hourglass bronzers. These are my favorite bronzers, pretty much the only bronzer I really use that's a powder, in different shades, but my main one that I like to use is the Ambient Lighting Bronzer and Luminous Bronze Light. So I can use this any time of the year because the color payoff is really what you make of it. It's a very buildable powder, so you can use it lightly in the winter, build it up more heavily in the summertime, and you're gonna look great. I love that it's a radiant finish. You can kind of see there like that, those kind of gold tones in there are like very small, not glitter, but almost iridescence to it. And so it just makes you look alive. You know, especially in the summertime, this is great because we really want that like dewy, juicy, like sun-kissed look, and this really achieves it. Love this bronzer. Gonna keep using it into the next year. We'll see if we can find something else, but radiant bronzers are always a must for me. Moving on to blush, so still staying in the cheek realm. I have 2 blushes that I've really been enjoying, and they're not very surprising because they are very popular blushes right now. And so those are the Patrick Ta blushes and then the Haus Labs blush sticks. So Patrick Ta obviously has a lot of hype around it. The only thing I don't like is the actual component that it's in. I don't like the way it opens, but that's me. They do come with a cream blush and then a powder blush. I love the creams. They are very highly pigmented, but you can blend them out. What's nice is you get the cream and the powder. So the powder blushes are fantastic. I would say they're, for the most part, like a pretty matte finish, but they, paired with the creams, just give a very healthy look to the skin. Like it doesn't flatten you. And so, yeah, I mean, I feel like there's not a lot to say. Everybody loves these. They're very long wearing, great pigment, easy to use, and a fantastic color range. In the same vein, when it comes to cream blushes and just blush in general, I am a huge fan of the Haus Labs blush sticks. So I have two colors here. My favorite is definitely Glassy Hibiscus, which I'm actually wearing right now. I've had it on for a while. This makeup has been on for a hot minute, and you can still see the pigment there. I do like to set these with a powder blush that is similar in tone, because these are, they do, like Glassy is very accurate. They give that glassy look, and so you do kind of need to powder them so that they're more long lasting in my experience. But they have a great color range. They're very pigmented, and they last for a long time. So big fan of these, and I think you can get a lot of great looks with them. So that's it for the blush. I'm gonna move on to highlight, and really only one highlight stuck out to me, and you can see this is really the year of cream and liquid products. So I am a huge fan of Merit in general. I think that they have great products that are user-friendly, blend amazing, great pigments. I have nothing bad to say about Merit products. I just think they're great. They do really good stuff. But anyway, so in terms of highlight, I love their highlight sticks. And so I have two that I use for different occasions. I have more of this pinky toned that is Bounce. So you can see there. It's kind of like a bronzy pink. I love this in the summertime or with any type of warm look. And then in more of the wintertime, paler, cool tone looks, I love Cava, which you can actually see this in action in, there we go. So you can see the different tones. Like it's like, this is more champagne, and then this is more of a pinky tone here. But I did use this one in my most recent holiday Get Ready With Me. Honestly, just a great look for any time of year. Well, for the winter. But if you want to see it in action, recommend. Our last face product, again, comes with no surprise. So the last base product is the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. This stuff is fantastic. Love the way it comes out. I like the way it's stored. I mean, it is a little bit of a big container, but I feel like that's how all loose powders are. It does a great job of mattifying without making you look too matte, and really protecting the longevity of your makeup. It also looks good in photography. Again, used it at my wedding, looked great. There's not a whole lot to say. I mean, a powder is a powder, but this is a good one, and I feel like Hourglass, as you can tell as a whole, they really do the powder game pretty well. Moving into some more fun, colorful, glittery things, let's talk about eyeshadows. So I only have two palettes that I'm going to talk about, and then I do have color pigments that I want to mention, but the first palette is one that I used a ton over the summer, and that is the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes palette. You can tell before I got my mixing tray that I used to use this as well, but I think that this is such a beautiful palette. You can see you have all the browns that you would need. You have beautiful shimmer tones. You can do pretty much any look that you want with this palette. It's a little bit on the warm side, but it does have those neutrals in there to help you be able to create a variety of looks. Again, use this a lot in the summer and used it in that Christmas video, so I'll link that as well, or holiday video. But yeah, this is a great, great palette. The shadows that are the shimmery ones are more like a glitter shine, I would say. So you can see that they're more of like a glitter shine. So you get color payoff, but they have those very, very fine glitter particles, I guess you would say, and it just looks beautiful all over the lid, even by themselves or just with like a little bit of a wash of color. You can use your bronzer in the crease and then, you know, top it up with a little bit of shimmer, and these are great for that. Following it up, so this was really great, loved it for the summer. My overall favorite palette of 2024 was definitely the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette. This is a gorgeous palette. So it comes with many shades, as you can see. It does lean more on like that pinky cool tone to neutral side. I use this for my wedding. It is very long lasting. The shimmers are beautiful. The foils are beautiful. The mattes blend very easily, so I think anybody could use this, but especially if you do bridal makeup, I would say this is 100% a must to have in your palette. There are different types of shimmers, so you do get like really like true shimmers, and then there's some that are like more of a foil, so I just did 2 of them there. So like the top is more of a shimmer, whereas the bottom is definitely foiled. So you get more of a color payoff with this. Yes, sparkly, whereas this one, lower color payoff, finer glitter particles. And again, the mattes blend super well. So I love this palette. I use it a lot. I got the warm palette. I love Natasha Denona palettes. I think Natasha Denona and Pat McGrath definitely own the eyeshadow game, and I will continue to buy their palettes and use them. So definitely the favorite of the year. This would be the runner-up. I don't really like to do individual shadows, but these are pigments. So these are the Danessa Myricks Colorfix, I guess just pigments. I don't really know what you would call them. Yeah, cream pigments. So these are the 3 I have. What's nice about these is you can use them for eyeshadow, you can use them for lip color, blush color. She has a whole line of nudes or skin tone colors, so you can use it for sculpting, all kinds of things. So that's what makes these, I feel like that they deserve their own mention. I am a huge fan of the 2 shimmer shades in particular, or these are their metallics, and then this is a foil. I used the foil in, what color is this? Ballerina on my wedding day. I used the Colorfix foil in Milky Way for my rehearsal look, which I'll link above. But the color pigment with these is absolutely insane. They're very easily blendable. You'll see blendability is obviously a trend. I love things that are easy to use. So like that is Milky Way. Like that is insane. You just don't find things that, I mean, it's just wild. They dry down quick, and what's nice is you can actually use these with shadows, like actual powder shadows. So I put them on, let them dry a little bit, and I can still blend with them. And I love that because you can get a lot of different looks. You can use liners with them, but the blendability makes it nice so that you can correct anything that needs corrected and make sure that you have all soft edges if that's what you're aiming for. So yeah, love these. Highly recommend if you are wanting something, especially for that foil payoff. I mean, these are incredible. You're not going to find something better. I have yet to find something better. Okay, had to take a little break and wash these hands off, but the last eye product I want to talk about is really for those oily eyelid girlies, or for people who are wanting things to last, and that is the NYX Glitter Glue. Again, you know, Michaela Makeup, or I forget what her name is, but you know Michaela on TikTok. This is where I saw this, finally got it, and it makes a world of difference. If you have oily eyelids, your glitters will stick and they will stay all night, and they won't build up in your creases. For someone like me who has like all that extra eyelid skin, it can fold and you get your glitter stuck in little lines, and it's not cute. So this works great at preventing that and keeping the shadow in place where you want it and making it last all day and night. So our last category for makeup is going to be lip products, and I have a few here to go through. We're gonna start off with liners, and I really have one standout liner, which is not gonna be a surprise, the MAC Whirl Lip Liner. This is a beautiful, just everyday liner. It pairs well with so many different lip combos. It is long lasting. It's inexpensive. I mean, yes, there are some really nice liners that you can buy. Pat McGrath is an example. I do like those lip liners, but you know, this is half the price, and I would say just as good, and they have such a wonderful color range. Whirl is my favorite though. To go along with that, lip stains, and particularly the Kaja lip stains are my favorite lip product from this year. I think that they have, I think 5 or 6 colors, but they're very versatile. They dry down quickly and they stay down. Some stains you'll find when you put them on, they kind of like stick in place and can look a little like patchy or more pigmented in one area. These are very, very thin and spread so smooth that you don't get that patchy look with these. And you don't have to constantly be reapplying to try to even things out. Love these. You can put a gloss over top of them, and when that gloss wears off, these are still going to be underneath. So these are fantastic. Honestly, cute, easy packaging, and they don't take up too much space. So huge fan of these. Try them out if you're into lip stains. Talking about the glosses now. So this is all over the place right now, but they are really good. The Summer Fridays lip tints, or not lip tints, I'm sorry, the Butter Balms. These are so great. This one here is brown sugar. Love this thing, very nourishing. Let's put some on. I mean, they just feel good. And you can just use a liner and throw this on and then chuck it in your bag, and then your lips are nourished and they look shiny and have a little bit of color all day. You don't have to look when you're putting it on. You can just be sloppy with it and it still looks good. Great product, recommend, clean girl approved, according to TikTok. When it comes to glosses, it's no surprise that I'm a huge fan of the Fenty lip glosses. This one in particular is Sweet Mouth. This was a new color for me this year. I usually just use like one of the original first colors that came out, and then the Diamond gloss, so like it's like essentially the clear one. But I love these. These have great, they smell good. Sorry, side note. They smell really good, but they also just like feel great on the lips. There's color, but not too much. I know that they have kind of those cream color ones that will give more, but you can see there. I mean, it's just the best little shine, but they're beautiful. They're glossy, they look good, and they last. So our last product and our last lip product when it comes to makeup are the Pat McGrath lip glosses. These were my staple lip glosses this summer. I would throw on a tint, a little bit of liner, and finish up with the gloss and keep it with me all through the night. They just look so good, especially with like all the iridescent glitter in them. And in the summertime when you're all like bronzed and tan and just, you know, feeling good, feeling glowy, these are the glosses that I would go for. I'm going to put a couple down here just so you can see. They are more of that sticky gloss, but I mean, a gloss is a gloss, so you kind of know your hair might get stuck in it. But these are more of a sticky, traditional type gloss. I do think it helps them last longer, and they do have they have more color pigment than anything I've showed so far. So here are 3. I have a bunch of them, but these are 3 different glosses here. You can see the color really does shine through. You can see the glitters throughout. They're kind of like, some of them, I know there's like a clear one that I also have. The glitters are different colors than the gloss per se, so you get almost like a holographic look, or is it like multi-chromatic, something like that? You get multiple colors that you can see. But these just, especially in the summertime, are so beautiful. If you're doing any type of glowy makeup look, like it just really brings life to the face. So definitely a huge favorite this year. And a fun one to end on. So let me know if you've used any of these makeup products over the past year. If you have any favorites I did not mention, you can see I missed a few categories like mascara. What else did I miss? Concealer. There's a few things that we didn't have favorites on. We were just kind of using the same old, but not too impressed by. So that's as far as it goes with makeup. I'm going to move into more skincare and body care products. So let's talk skincare, body care, all things that are not necessarily considered makeup. So in terms of getting my skin where I want it to be, because that is one of the most important parts of makeup to make sure your makeup looks good, let's start with moisturizer. So My favorite moisturizers this year did change up quite a bit, but I found towards the end of the year I was consistent with a few products and it really allowed me to have hydrated, pretty clear skin. And so one of my favorites for during the day is the Tatcha, the Dewy Skin Cream. Tatcha does have a lighter, more gel version, but for me, since I tend to be more dry, this is my preference, and I really like this more so in the winter time. You can put it on thicker, a little bit lighter in the summer, but this does pair well with sunscreen as well, so you can really layer products and you're not going to get any type of weird like peeling or anything like that, and it lays great underneath of makeup. In terms of nighttime, I love the GlyMed Comfort Cream. This is something that my facialist put me onto. It is a very thick cream. It's especially nice at night if you're going to put on your serums and oils and then layer with this as a final step. And then when you wake up in the morning, your skin's very plump, very hydrated. Such a good product, doesn't break you out, and it's reasonably priced. Still in that face care, skincare realm is the Origins Checks and Balances Frothy Face Wash. So this is a little, I just pulled this out of the shower, but I have been using this all year religiously, morning and night, regardless of what season it is, what time of year it is. This is amazing. It keeps my skin clear. It feels clean without feeling stripped. It has a nice like minty smell to it. I use this, my husband uses it. It's a great product. Highly recommend. I really have nothing but good things to say, as I keep saying. Obviously, it's a favorites video, but really good, really, really, really good face wash. Moving to body care, I have a combo that I've really been loving, and that is the Brazilian Bum Bum Oil. Has the typical Bum Bum fragrance to it, smells delicious, very summery. I like to pair it with a cheaper body cream. I've been using the Cetaphil moisturizing cream all over my body. It's really great for dry to very dry skin because I'm very dry. And I'll put the oil on first and then lock it in with the cream at night and sleep in it. And my legs are really hydrated. They're less itchy because they're not super dry all the time, especially this in the winter. But yeah, this is a great combo. Obviously, this can be paired with any type of body cream, but I've just been using this one because it is for that very dry skin, and it seems to be doing a great job on my legs. So love these. Smells great. This doesn't have a scent, so it does pair especially nice with this because this becomes a scent. One last body product, and these are more for summertime, but these got a ton of use this summer and this fall for my wedding, for going out in the summer, really any time where I'm like showing more skin or like my collarbone area, things like that, or my legs. I love the Patrick Ta body oils. So I have two of them here. This is a Dream Champagne and a Moment Bronze. I love them both. I use the bronze like pretty much in the height of the summer when I'm my most tan, and then I'll use the champagne one all year round. But these are beautiful. I apply them with the brush that it comes with, or I think you have to buy the brush separately. I can't remember. It might come with like the cream one, but there is a brush that I use, a body brush, and I'll just spray this on my legs and then use that brush to rub it in wherever I need. And it's perfect. It just makes you look radiant and glowy and hydrated. All the good things. And our final product to top off the year is the Jo Malone Wood Sage and Sea Salt perfume. I discovered this perfume cologne this summer. I was actually going through an Ulta catalog, or like magazine that they sent to my house, and it had one of the little scent things in there, and I thought it smelled amazing, so I ended up buying it, which I'm like, wow, crazy that that works. So shout out to Ulta for their marketing. But anyway, I went and picked this up over the summer. It's very, I mean, wood sage and sea salt, so it has that like woodsy scent, but it's light. Truly a year-round fragrance. It's not too sweet or too heavy or musky. It really is a perfect everyday, for the night, any time of the year fragrance. I've been wearing it. This has been my signature scent this year. So when I think about this year and I smell this, I know like going forward, I'm going to remember this year. I did find another scent that just at this end of this year, so we'll have to see in 2025 favorites what ends up being my favorite fragrance. But love the Jo Malone Wood Sage and Sea Salt. Give it a try. I feel like it's a very neutral scent that many people would like, and it just puts you in a good mood when you smell something nice. So those are my 2024 favorites. Lots of makeup, lots of body care, all really great products I would recommend using all the time. So let me know if you try anything or what your favorites were from this past year. I'm excited to explore some new makeup in the year to come. Comment below any videos you want to see. I'll be posting once a week at least. That's the goal, once a week, working on that resolution. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.